What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. I know the real deal because I know players in the real world. I'm going to be clear about that. I've known them since I was little. And reason why I'm saying players, I ain't saying going out and be a player. I ain't promoting that. In fact, if you're going to say what I promote a man getting a good woman. You know? But I'll talk about the players. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, I'll talk about the players because obviously they got some skill. They got something. And it ain't that corny shit, oh, women go for bad guys or they go for those type of guys. Nah, because all of them ain't necessarily bad. Shit, women be trying to share some of them. But they just got certain skills and everything. And really, that's what I be teaching if you really going to pay attention. And I'm going to tell you what I thought about that. Because, I'll scroll some other people talking about, man gets woman and all of that. And too many guys, you got some guys thinking, oh, well, you got to have money. Yet I've known plenty of players who didn't have money on some homosexual shit, or even when I talk body game, you always get somebody in the comments saying, well, you got to be lean and everything. Okay, yeah, there's some lean players, but there's also some big man players. And I told a story before about one I thought about this morning too. Well, two things made me think about it. Two things. One, I'm just coming out of my second gym, right? I'm just coming out let me let this woman pass, she jogging. I'm coming out my second gym. I'm just in there. And it was this attractive young lady. With a fine young lady and everything in there. She with some big old dude. Dude had a big old stomach and everything. But you get some guys thinking women don't want that. You could tell by their body language. They weren't just buddies. I was like, damn, y'all. You could see the tension. If you got any experience in the real world, you can look at a couple and tell if they fucking. Yeah, I said it just like that. You could tell if they fucking. Hell, I remember when I was a freshman in college, freshman orientation. I was out with a group. Didn't know these people. There was this blonde-haired woman, nice body, young lady with a nice body. Right? She's sweating. Nobody's sweating. She's sweating and twitching. She's standing next to this big Italiano dude. Big old Italiano dude. I say Italiano because I try to be right. Italian for the rest of y'all. And this dude, I didn't even know him. I just looked at him and said, you hit that, didn't you? He was like, yeah. Knew that at 18, man. You could just tell. Because in the story I had told before, right? I was doing some vending at this natural hair expo. Because, I love them. And, anybody follow me on my money channel know I got a lot of experience vending. Hell, I could do like a webinar or something on vending. But I was at this vending shop. And there was this dude, this big old dude. This dude like Aaron Donald type of build and stuff. He's a little bit taller than me, so he was about 6'1", inch or two taller than me, 6'1", 6'2", right? Of course, some people say, oh, it's because of his height. Yeah, but his body fat wasn't no damn 10%. This dude was big. This dude was big, and I knew from somebody, a woman told me how he got down. A woman. See, that's something else. I'm going to get into that in a second. How I know who a real player out here. But this woman told me, so I knew how he got down, right? So he had bought a book from me. So he was walking by my table again, right? And the way it was set up, there were people people attending the expo. They could actually walk behind just how it was set up and everything. So this woman, and she was fine. She wasn't no dog or anything. She wasn't no pig or whatever. Had nice body, big old breasts, nice old ass. She was just a little tight. She's about good 5'9", right? She yelled from behind me to this big old dude, can I take you home? Right? Can I take you home? He walked up to her. He said, give me your phone. He didn't even say what's your name, anything. He put the number in there and everything. And it's like, was it? He either put his number in his phone or he put his number in her phone. One of those, right? And he was just, whatever he said, that's it. She's like, yeah. And then he just kept walking. And then she looked at me. And said, you gotta go for what you want. I was like, man. And I already knew how he got down. I already do. Because, like I said, this woman who had dealt with him, I'll leave it at that, was telling me. That's another thing, too. Some of the players I've known, it wasn't even they who told me. It'd be the women telling me some shit. And one of the things is, even though I promote body game, because, yes, I've known some players who had that, they had that killer body, but honestly, I've known some guys who had just a decent body. That's why I always say, work to get your best body. Now, I get a lot of guys, and yeah, if you got muscles and everything, great, but, if you're talking about men built like male exotic dancers and stuff, that's less than 1% of the population, very rare. That's why they get the money they do. But then you get some guys, they just got decent builds. Maybe they could lose a little bit of stomach, lose some weight, maybe put on some, but they still fix themselves up decently and everything. And they be getting theirs. And like I said, a whole lot of them, the women be saying something. I knew one notorious player, it was the women going back and forth. Shoot, one was ready to fight his current woman for him. I was like, hey, get some shit. Because the woman told me, she was like, yeah, I want him. I was like, shit. Shit. I know how to get women to open up, because they know I don't judge them, so they'll just tell me some shit. And that's how I be knowing a lot of stuff anyway. That's why I've never really been truly played either. But you see them and you start seeing all these guys and you're like, well, hold up. It's going against what a lot of guys saying, because a big thing now is, you got to be this handsome and all of that. And yeah, that helps, but it's still more to it. See, one of the things, and like I said, I've known several. And you know what's funny though? The closest to a Chad, I'm saying a specific white boy who was getting it like that, and I've been in plenty of environments that were predominantly white, including where I'm living now as an adult. You're talking college, you're talking the graduate level school, where I was living, predominantly white environments. I can't really think of a so-called Chad when you rarely see them who had women going crazy. I'm just being real. The closest to one was this white guy who looked like a slimmer version of John Cena, wrestler, actor and wrestler John Cena. Like, they look just alike, except he was way slimmer. And honestly, he was a blue-eyed brother. He's one of those white guys who acted and looked like a black man. Acted and behaved like a black man. Not stereotypical either. You can tell he's just more comfortable. He was actually just more comfortable around blacks. In fact, there was another guy, but he wasn't really a player. Same way. I'm just saying, though. Just saying. But one of the things they all had in common, they were just cool people. Because I got a video coming out next week where I talk about that thing called vibe. And, I hear a lot of guys talk about, say, oh, you got to have this money, or you got to have, looks, money, and status, which is a good bait. You got to be handsome. You got to have 10% body fat. Great bait. Okay. But what do I always say? You still got to talk to them. That just get them over there. They give you a few extra seconds and shit. Because what they always say, because women have said this, he was all right till he opened his mouth. And one of the things I found with these guys, they could connect to the woman. See, if you talk about a relationship, whether it's temporary, whether it's long-term or romantic relationship, the key, the root word of it is relate. You got to talk. Y'all not going to just stare at each other. What you think? Okay, you got some guys saying, well, if you handsome, to get them over there. And, it might, you might get a good one-night stand, some quick, if you got some party or something, but let's be real, a lot of y'all ain't partying. You might be able to get a good quickie depending on the circumstances at best. But it really just come down to, it's like, okay, can y'all talk to each other? Can y'all click? It's very simple. The thing with the true players is they click. Seriously, every single one I can think of, they were cool people. Every single one. I can't think of one like just asshole or somebody. In fact, I've been on some jobs when I've been a manager or a supervisor of some players. I always preferred them. To get some work done. Shit. Even this woman who was on, she used to dress like a straight up 304. Even her. Shit, she was one of my best workers. She got shit done. I was like, shoot. I said, shoot, if I start a business where I'm getting employees, shoot, all I'm hiring is players. All I'm hiring. I'm gonna have a woman interview them. I'll have a woman as a receptionist. She don't even have to really do anything. I'm just gonna have her sit there and look busy. And then a woman interview them. And then they come back to me. If they don't say, give me the seal of approval. Because I'm going to tell you what, even as much as I promote body game, and just fixing up in general, because, yeah, I promote body game, but let me hit y'all with something with that before I tell this main perspective I was about to share. As much as I talk about body game, the main thing is for a man to get comfortable with himself. That's the main thing. If you're comfortable being 300 pounds and having a little bit of gut, you good to go. You confident. That's all you need. That's all I'm saying. That's the main thing. Just get comfortable. You gotta get comfortable looking at yourself. You got comfortable, because once you get comfortable, then that's an intangible thing that gets the woman interested. Because women, they turned on by a guy who's comfortable with themselves. They comfortable in their own skin. So always remember that. But one of the things I was going to talk about to get into, about how important just a woman feeling a man and like the intangibles for a player. Because I told this back when it happened. This back in 2019, and I always talk about Master Yao. I was at a Tantra retreat, and the women there, because Master Yao, he talks about the select and non-select too. So the women, they were breaking down. They broke down every single man there. Thing is, only one of them even commented on a man's physicality. Only one commented. And even then, she didn't say nothing about his face. She said, well, yeah, because he got big hands. He got big hands, big feet, so he might have a big dick. But other than that, they were like mainly categorizing by the energy that each guy was giving off. See, one of the things is, like I said, relate. It's that connection part. It's like, a simple thing is, a simple thing is when a man might go on a date. Like the man, he looking good and everything. The woman, she looking good. Like some of y'all fellas probably done that. You go out with that fine old woman, she got that bite, make you go, God damn, make you ugly. Be like, oh, man, shit. You go on that date though, she boring you to tears. There's no connection during the date, during the conversation. Because see, the date's not always about, from a woman's point of view, the date is not always about you spending money on her. It can be, but those ain't dates. You're getting used then if she just wants you to like buy her food. She just want to talk. She'll go any place. She just want to talk. She's looking at you like, and I know this from women. I know this from women. Because a lot of guys just want to get the pussy. But the women, they like what you look like. Okay, they want to see what's on your mind. They want to see if they feel comfortable talking with you. Shit. In fact, if you look at some of these reality shows, those dating type reality shows on something like Netflix, the women saying the same thing. Shoot, because all the guys they be specifically having men of a certain look. They specifically have them. They have that specifically what's considered the top looks, and the women still don't be clicking with some of the guys, because then it's something else. And that's something else. Shout out Mr. Lucario. He pointed out even about that whole Chad thing. So what if you someplace and there's other Chads? You gotta have something different, some game. What if you go someplace and all the guys are Chads and all the guys are Tyrones? Okay, what you gonna do to get the women that's in that place? You ain't standing up. And one of the things I've seen known with the players, and then like I said, going back to the 70s, and I'm gonna say something else about that too. Y'all know how I do on car videos. I think that's why y'all like it, because I just be flowing. Because honestly, when I be doing my videos at home, whether it's my regular couch videos or smartphone couch videos, I usually got a clock right there. I'm always looking at the clock. But anyway, talking about those players, they just cool. They just cool people, regardless of how they look, their body build, how tall they are, how short they are. All of them are cool people. Because they can talk to the woman. That conversation is very, and it's not so much because you get some guys still get that. No, it's just connecting. I've known some guys experienced it personally. The woman ready to have sex and you didn't even bring up sex. It's just the conversation flowed. But you still need a good bait. They ain't saying you don't, but just the best. And let me say something too, because I mentioned the big guy who was getting all those women. Women like different things. I've said this a ton of times. That's why I talk about a tribe. All women don't like some lean dude. Even when I was when I had that fitness model build, I've shown that picture several times. Back in the 90s, there were some women still didn't want to get with me. But then when I wasn't running as much, and put on a little bit more muscle and everything, put on a little bit more weight, some of the same women, they were like, oh, okay, women like different shit, man. Everybody think they just like one type, and that's just a lack of common sense, man. You don't see. You gonna tell me you out here and you don't see different types of women, attractive women, with guys who don't, they ain't looking like no fashion model. Like I said, just in the gym. This is an attractive young lady and stuff. I mean, she was working out, had some sweats. I say, oh, damn, she got some baddie potential. She got baddie. Oh, shoot, nice. That's a big old dude. In fact, I thought about this other dude I knew back I'm acquainted with him. Met him and stuff. Because, I was still married. We were part of this, group of stay-at-home moms and stuff, right? So, because, my wife, she didn't have to work. She was focused on the kids. And I remember one of the things they did in the group, if a woman just had a baby or something, the other women would feed them and shit. The other women would bring over food. Shit, I remember for one woman, man, we still cool. We still cool on Facebook and IG. She was she had a baby. I made some buffalo wings for her and her family. But I went over this one. It was this baddie. And dude was a big old dude. He didn't look like he ever touched a weight. He was a big round dude. This woman, this fine ass young lady, fine. She popped out a baby for him. But that's what she probably like. In fact, I know another acquaintance. I know another acquaintance, young. She ain't dealing with the guy anymore, but her dude was a big old dude. And my point is this, though. My point is this. It was like a lot of times, don't get so caught up in thinking you gotta look a certain way or whatever. Only thing you have to do is really just look like something that the woman can deal with and be able to connect to the woman. Because like I said, you don't know what gets a woman on, especially a particular woman. And see, you got a lot of guys saying, well, I'm going to get my plastic surgery, I'm going to do this, I got to get it down. No, you get your best and work on your mind. Like I said, even when I talk body game, yeah, it can draw a lot of attention if you got muscles and all of that. But just have your best body, and if you're comfortable with your body, then when you having conversations with the woman, you confident. You can connect. Seriously. You know, don't put the bait up there, because look, I don't care what bait you have. I don't care. Like some guys say, well, you got to have money. I don't give a shit what you use. I don't give a shit what bait. I challenge somebody to explain to me how you getting a woman without having a conversation with them. And anybody who's talked to a woman, you know. Anybody who's talked to a woman, you know, no matter what you look like, no matter all that material stuff, she can get turned off if you just say the wrong thing. Or she ain't clicking. Because any man who's been with a bunch of women, because I'm thinking about a couple women now. Like one had a killer body. I mentioned her several times. My co-parent, when we were still married, she even said, you ain't hit that? I think about that woman sometimes, like, damn, I ain't hit that. But she was just born as shit. Just personality, we ain't click. I was just listening to her talk, be like, damn. She was sweet though. So if if a man's like that, women definitely like that. Women definitely like that. Because even if they think you fine and think you the most gorgeous man ever, like I said, that might be good for a quick one night stand. That might be good for a quick one night stand. In most cases. Or a purely sexual relationship at a best if it goes beyond one night. Purely sexual. And if you want that, okay, fine, but most guys don't got it like that, so you better have something to talk about. You better have a cool personality. Because honestly, man, from what I've seen, man, a lot of dudes who, I'm going to be real, it's very, very, very few true nice guys out here, man. Very few true nice guys. Like, they just good individuals. Very, very few. A lot of the guys, I'm just going to put it out there. Somebody got a problem with it. I live in Harford County, Maryland. We can arrange to look, I'll tell you to your face. What I have found, a lot of dudes who having problems with women and they'll think, oh, it's how I look or I don't have money. Yeah, they just not cool people. You just really got annoying ass personalities. Seriously, they got some fucked up personality, negative personalities. They ain't cool. You can just listen to them talking shit. It's like, damn, man. Kind of want to, seriously, they got that type of personality that, you at least want to tell them to shut the fuck up. And really, on some extreme, you really got to probably just walk away, because you want to, if they keep talking, you want to just, pop them in the mouth. No, seriously, that type. You ever seen those type of people? They just that annoying. And it's like, they do and will say some fucked up shit, but they'll try to act like they so nice, and no, they ain't really nice. They ain't nice at all. They try to use that as a game, but they got some fucked up shit with them. And they do some fucked up shit on knowing ass motherfuckers. Seriously. They try to pretend like it. They faking like a motherfucker. But of course, they'll try to project that on everybody else. Hell, some people talk about, hey, women getting with thugs and shit. Thugs are at least cool. Shit. You get a lot of cool ass thugs. Some of these street dudes is, as long as you cool, they cool. But that's the whole thing, though. You know, it's about being cool, man. Being able to relate. Being able to click. And I'm going to tell you, it's powerful enough that, yeah, if you ain't looking like that fashion model or whatever, you still going to get it. Because really, it should be some common sense. If you really look at some of the motherfuckers out here who actually getting some pussy, actually getting some attention from women. Shit, that picture ain't going to go viral. Shit. If you take an honest look, some of you might, but if you look at them, they just regular guys. Regular looking, everything. Meanwhile, some dudes who, like, even people will say, oh, yeah, they look good or something. Even some men will say, yeah, they look good. No homo. They be struggling. But it comes down to that connection. Where you at? Where you hanging out at? Because understand something with me, even to this day, I'm outside of Baltimore, man. Outside of Baltimore. And people be surprised who I know. People be surprised who I know. How many people I know. I ain't one of those insulated people. You know? Seriously. I ain't one of those insulated motherfuckers. A lot of people, you know, because to me it's pitiful when someone's knowledge of the game got to come from online. Because really all I should be doing is confirming stuff for people. You know, in fact, that's why I always say, no matter what I say, go out. You got to go out. You got to experience it. You actually have to interact. A lot of dudes don't be interacting and shit. And they like listen to some dubious individuals online, listen to some dubious studies. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm seeing this right. I speak from what I witness. Only time I'll throw a study in is for those people who ain't satisfied with somebody just saying, hey, experience. And if somebody try to doubt my experience, okay. If you try to say, because I know somebody tries to say, well, he ain't okay. You tell me where I was in 95. Tell me where I was in 2005. You tell me if you were rolling with me. Like one time, this motherfucker tried to talk some shit, right? And this one of the few dudes who had something up, like something on his YouTube page. And I was like, this dude looked like a straight up dork. The dude either looked like a straight up dork or a straight up tranny motherfucker. Seriously. Actually, I shouldn't insult trans like that. But this dude didn't look like shit trying to talk some shit. I was like, come on, man. Come on. You know? Because that's what I would say. If you doubt what I say, tell me where you live. Tell me what street you from. Tell me what street you from. Seriously. You know? Because if you're going to talk some shit, tell me, okay, you were in D.C., you were in Oxon Hill, Maryland, Arlington, Virginia, you know, West Philadelphia. If you've been in some of those places, Baltimore, outside of Baltimore, please. Shit, when they had that Freddie Gray incident years ago, and they were taking some pictures, y'all be surprised how many people I knew personally that were like in some of those pics. Oh, man. People be surprised. But my point is, man, I'm out here, man. That's why they call me Field Master. And, you know, what you see out here in the world, you got to go with that. Controlled studies are one thing, but, you know, you got to take them with a grain of salt and the context and everything. But what you actually see out here, like I said, coming from the gym, you know, saw this, like, fine woman with this big old dude. And you could tell by how they were touching. They weren't just buddies. It was literally like, damn, yeah, I need to get a room. Seriously. But the thing is, look, I'm telling y'all what. So it's like, look, here's the bottom line. Don't feel like you gotta look like some other person. You gotta look your best. Okay, as far as your appearance, your bait and all of that. You gotta talk to the woman no matter what. Shit. You gotta talk. You gotta communicate, because that opens the door for everything else. So you gotta do that. So anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I gotta get in here, get some grub. Anyway, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.